Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, KUGAN CASSIUS, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV. Delighted to be joined by two-time world champion Josh Warrington. The first part of this press tour today. I love a good old press tour. We used to do them back in the day, but yeah, off to Sheffield and then on to Nottingham. So yeah.
Are you sure you're delighted to see me? Because you did let out a big sigh there behind camera. Are you sure? Yeah. Well, listen, it's a pleasure to speak to you, Cougs. We always know it's a big fight when you come out to play, which is a rarity these days. But yeah, press tour. This is the circus, innit? We've got a big fight, big domestic dust up for a world title. Don't get any better, really, is it?
Just remember, I was there when you won your Commonwealth title around 10 years ago.
Calling me fucking John, weren't you? John Warrington. Didn't even know my name. I think you give me about 30 seconds of airtime.
That's not true.
I'm only joking. Please.
I'm actually curious to know, is the man behind you, is he Team Wood or Warrington for this fight?
Fucking probably Team Wood, isn't it? Let's be right. I haven't been on this jet with him. So, and I ain't got secret little clauses in contracts like promising me this and other. I mean,
Eddie, he wanted to ask you something quickly.
No, he was saying, is Eddie Team Wood or Team Warrington? And I said, I haven't been on your fucking private jet. Leigh has.
I hate, right?
No, listen. He's got secret clauses. I ain't got secret clauses in me fucking promising me this and other. I mean, I wouldn't mind a petite, after this, yeah. Never mind a roll.
I'll tell you what, that's what happens now. I took Joe Caldina shopping for a Rolex yesterday, and instead this morning he sent me a Patek and said, can I have one of them? And
I've bought my own roll and I've bought my own AP.
Good.
So.
Can you buy me one?
See, that should answer there, doesn't it? That should answer there.
It is mad to think, though, from that Commonwealth title win, which everyone always kind of refers back to, your career over that 10 years, which has been brilliant. Obviously, you've had your ups and downs in that, but to be competing again on the verge of being a three-time world champion, I mean, would you have ever guessed that?
I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't have done. I pinch myself at times, Cougs. It's every fighter's dream to be at the top. I mean, I remember one of the first times I ever sparred a professional. I think I sparred Dale Robinson down in Huddersfield, and I think he was getting ready for a British title, and the thought of fighting 12 rounds on television petrified life out of me. I was probably only 16, 17 at the time, but 10 years deep, redlining shows, fighting for titles, and for a third world title as well. Yeah, listen, it's and then a fighter who didn't come off the Olympic squad, went the long way round, and I'm proud of my career. But I'm just enjoying every second of it, because I know it don't last forever. But these moments we live for. We live for these big moments. I've been sat on sideline for the last 7 months waiting for phone to go. It's finally here, so got to grasp it with both hands, haven't I?
I know for you, obviously, your focus, obviously, October 7th, but how much of a setback was the Lopez loss in your career?
It's just frustrating because you sat on the sideline waiting. For phone to go. People asking, are you fighting Josh? Are you retired? Like, fucking hell, man. I lost a majority decision. I thought I'd won the fight. I can understand if people thought it were close. I can understand if people would give it a draw. I can understand how people give it to Lopez. I'm not going to argue that fact, but I thought I'd won it. But to be pushed to one side, very frustrating. We talked about having the winner of Lauren and Wood, the first one. Obviously, Leigh took the rematch clause. I thought it was a stupid decision at the time. Then I was sat on those sidelines again. They talked about me fighting in London at Wembley Arena. They wanted me to drop down a bit of a level, and I wasn't up for that. I didn't want to drop down a level. I thought I've just come off a decision what's gone a long way, but it was a close fight. I shouldn't have to fucking drop down to domestic level, to come back up. It's I want to still want to fight world level opponents, so that couldn't happen. Then they were talking to me fighting Ray Vargas over in the States. Mouth-watering fight, getting really excited for that, but again that fell through. So yeah, it's been very frustrating. And you know, it's the sport of boxing. All I want to do is be part of the big fights, Cougs. I'd like to say, I still feel like I'm at this level. I will show that on October 7th, but it's just waiting the opportunities. It does become frustrating.
You've had a bit of stick today from Leigh Wood's kids, you said.
I mean, the cute as chuff, so I can't say anything. And I'm a father of little girls myself, but yeah, just about the press before the press conference started, went for a pee, walking up the stairs, and his daughters said, "Oh, I've got a message for you." My daddy said that you're a dosser, which coming from no,
it could have been worse, to be fair.
It could have been worse, yeah. But you can do nothing but laugh. But yeah, I think if that's the worst we've got to deal with, then I think he can handle that, KUGAN, to be honest with you.
Well, they've asked Eddie for a unicorn, so I can't wait to see where he pulls that out from. But yeah, Sheffield on October 7th will be half Leeds, half Nottingham. Seems a sensible place to put it. You happy with that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they could have done anywhere else. Manchester would have been better because obviously bigger arena. Sheffield, I think it's going to be an interesting day because I do believe that Sheffield Wednesday play Huddersfield that day. If any of the football boys are going along, there's not going to be Nottingham in there as well, and Leeds, so it's going to be tutti frutti in Sheffield City Centre on that day, that's for sure. Yeah, Sheffield 50-50 Leeds Nottingham, I don't think so. I think we're going to take over. I think Leeds getting a good bit of fan base behind him now, but is his fan base as well as established as mine? I'm not too sure. I've been doing this like say 10 years. After me coming off a loss, I had 18,000 at Edinburgh Stadium. After his loss against Leigh, you know, they managed 5,000 or so at Manchester Arena. So I reckon there'll be a few that jump on board because it's me and the Leeds Nottingham thing. But I think that we're going to take over Sheffield.
I remember when you fought in Germany. I think it was on the Paul Smith Abraham card. Did you find that card?
Yeah.
And the wine was in the shopping centre. There was loads of your fan in a really kind of like posh, quiet, like high-end shopping centre. And there was loads of your fans just going mental.
Yeah, I remember it like yesterday, like in a equivalent of our Leeds' Victoria Quarter, very prestigious shopping centre. Everyone really polite, clapping the fighters, and then you have a couple of hundred nutcases who have not slept in 3 days walking through shopping centre, getting me on the shoulders singing "Oh Waddy Waddy."
You know what? I blame Eddie for that because he invited everyone to a pub in Germany to buy everyone drinks. Do you remember?
I do remember that. I remember some lads saying...
You weren't there, obviously.
No, but I've seen the videos. Hey, that Eddie Hearn cunt has just been on our flight and we fucking draped him in Leeds flag and he bought us all the fucking pint. He's a bio. Singing and marching on together and Waddy Waddy. So, yeah, he might like Leigh, but he can't forget where he's been with me throughout the years.
Okay, final one. Can you stop or knock out Leigh Wood on October 7th?
It's not going to see Final Bell. I believe that. I don't think he mentioned there that he's the bigger puncher out of the two, but you can't say that knocking people out who've had fucking 40 losses, you're a big puncher. I've been in with big punchers. You know, everyone from domestic level has had fucking more knockouts than I've had wins. You know, I've been in with the big punchers and I've only ever been put on my backside, you know, once, you know, in one fight. So he can hit me with the big shots, I'll come through him. But does he hold the big shot well? I don't think so. A super bantamweight put him down, and obviously Michel Lara stopped him as well. So I believe it's a Josh Warrington win, but a knockout win.
Okay, I'm sure October 7th will roll around pretty quickly. So listen, best of luck. Nice touch with the birthday cake today, Josh, and looking smart as ever. Josh, thank you very much, and we'll speak to you soon, mate.
Cheers, Coogs. Thank you.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, KUGAN CASSIUS, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.